Hello Sagittarius, welcome to your March 2019 reading. Thank you for joining me. This is for Sun, Moon and Rising signs. Let's get straight into your oracle cards. From the Vampire, you've pulled the card of Natural. Now this speaks about authenticity, being real, an organic feeling. So the energy that I'm picking up around this is about being true to yourself, being your own authentic self. How I feel around this is that there may have been, or others have viewed you in the past, perhaps, of perhaps being reliant on the feedback of society. And by that I mean having your self-worth centered in status, the trappings of money, power, status in the world, fame, all of that. But the energy around this is about leaving that behind and acting in a higher energy, a higher vibration. If there has been an over-reliance on ways of identifying through things, categories, perhaps how you're viewed in the world, your job, your appearance, wealth, background, it's time to go beyond this to who you truly are. And there's an energy here of quiet reflection, contemplation of the self, in order to become natural and truly fulfilled as your own authentic self. Now, as your energy from the Dark Goddess Oracle, you've pulled the card of Fortuna or Fate. Now, for you, Sagittarius, this is a good card. It vibes well with you because it is the archetypal gambler of Roman origin. Fortuna was the goddess of chance, regarded as the bearer of prosperity and abundance. As such, you'll see she resembles a fertility deity, very much an energy of bountiful fruitfulness, as it relates to the feminine energy of women. Frequently, she was an oracle goddess, consulted in various ways regarding the future. So with this one, it's very much an energy of gambling, a choice. I feel that. I feel as if your decision-making skills could take your life in two very different directions. And it's a risky kind of energy that I feel around this. You know, gambling your life away, so to speak, might be fine if it's just you that the outcomes affect, but that's not the case. The choice you need to make in life now will either put you on a firm and fruitful footing or lead you astray. Okay, well, let's see where this goes. Sagittarius, I'm intrigued. I really am. Now, let's get started off. I'm using the Waite deck for your energy. And for the person that you'll be dealing with here, I'm using the Hanson deck. So let's get started. I've already meditated on your energy to save some time here, and I'm going to get straight in on what you've brought to this situation in the past. What has Sagittarius brought? The Nine of Wands in reverse. So in the past, there has been an energy of not wanting to persevere with something anymore. I do feel that you have let something go in the past that you felt had become bothersome, tiresome. You felt like it wasn't going to get better, so there was an energy around you of really kind of cutting your losses. I feel like it was a struggle for you, but in the end you just felt like, oh, I'm just going to release this. To become freer, lighter. Let's see what the other person has brought to this in the past. What is this? Okay, let's take a look. The Knight of Wands, or the Knight of Rods. Okay, so there was also action taken with this person. Now, I do feel that there was a freedom associated with you releasing something, surrendering to the circumstances, realizing it wasn't going to get better, so you dropped it. This other person's made some other move towards something else, I feel. I see them moving away from you, Sagittarius. They've taken some kind of passionate action that they want, something that they wanted, towards something or someone, Sagittarius, that they wanted. Let's look at where you currently stand with this. Where does Sagittarius currently stand with this? Where does Sagittarius currently stand with this situation? Where do you currently stand with this, Sagittarius? Let's have a look. Okay, let's check. You are strength, standing strong. You're in a good position. It seems like you've gotten your strength back after going through a struggle. And, you know, with the Saturn transit, I feel like a lot of what you've been going through has been very difficult. It has left you exhausted in the past, but you know what? After becoming lighter in spirit, focusing on what is real in your life, what's important, it's made you stronger and you're back up on your feet. I feel that this is you back up on your feet, shining. Acting in your true self, acting in your authentic self. I feel this is you now. Let's see what the other person, where they currently stand. Where does this other person currently stand? The King of Pentacles. Okay, so it seems like they are starting to think from a more practical perspective. It seems like they have been acting quite, maybe a little bit erratically. You know, we have a Knight here, and now there is the King. So I feel like this Knight energy in the past has been a very erratic energy. Movement, yes, but someone who couldn't really, wasn't thinking long term. They may have been saying to you that they were thinking long term, but they really weren't. There was a lot of ego, passion, erratic movement around them, but now there is this King of Pentacles. A focus here on what is stable, what is real, maturity, somebody who has matured. Okay, let's take a look at where you hope to stand with this in the future, Sagittarius. Where you hope to stand with this in the future. The Nine of Cups in reverse. Okay, so for you it has been, you felt like you haven't achieved your wishes, your desires. They've gone unmet. Something that you really wanted hasn't come to fruition, but you're wanting that to change. Let's have a look and see where the other person hopes to be in this situation in the future. Where do they hope? Hopes for this situation. The Seven of Rods. Okay, so with this one, there is a change of heart. I feel like this person has had a change, and I think it's because they are, well, there's an energy around you of perhaps, I don't want to say giving up, but it's kind of that energy. You feel like you've been putting in all of the work in this in the past. It's made you tired. You haven't seen the way out. You felt like this was, although you hoped that it would work out, it doesn't seem to have. But where this person hopes to stand in the future, I feel, with you is really, well, I get it as fending off competition. Maybe you may be attracting somebody else here, Sagittarius. Let's see. How do you view this person, Sagittarius? Okay, the Four of Cups. So you see them as emotionally withdrawn, I feel. Emotionally withdrawn. I think that they have broken your heart at some point. And it's almost like you're bored with their shenanigans. That's kind of how I'm seeing this. You are in a very strong advantage at the present time. This other person, you're viewing them as someone who has not been emotionally open. I feel like they have been emotionally unavailable towards you. Dismissive. Someone who has kind of kept you there but not really put a lot of effort in. That's what I'm getting. Let's take a look and see how they're viewing you, Sagittarius. How is this person viewing Sagittarius? The Ace of Pentacles. Okay, so their focus is changing to something that is a lot more real. Again, I get a solid foundation. The chance, the opportunity to have something that could go the distance here. To be long term. Let's take a look and see doubts and fears for Sagittarius, please. Doubts and fears for Sagittarius. Doubts and fears for Sagittarius. Six of Wands. So you really want to be victorious, to have the happy ending, to be successful with your efforts here. But you are at the same time doubting that you'll achieve this victory. Let's see doubts and fears for the other person. Doubts and fears for the other person, for Sagittarius. Doubts and fears for the other person. Doubts and fears. We have the Ace of Cups in reverse. So with this one, it is about fearing that there's going to be that you don't love them anymore, that there is going to be a breakup, a parting of the ways, that there's going to be ending up an unrequited love situation here. Let's look at the obstacles, or what the challenge is in this situation. What is the challenge for Sagittarius? Six of Cups, so it's the past as a challenge. What's happened in the past? Perhaps there is a past situation that you have fond memories about that will be the challenge here. Again, it could potentially be, I pick it up as some kind of decision, a choice that needs to be made. Let's take a look and see what the challenge is for the other person. What is the challenge for the other person in this situation? The Ace of Swords. Yeah, so it does seem to be about there's some challenge here, something that they are needing to stand guard against or be vigilant around. It seems to involve something from the past. This decision here is the challenge for them. Let's take a sneak peek here, Sagittarius, at the outcome here for you before we go to part 2. We have the Sun. Let's get a couple more. We also have the Magician, and one more. What is the potential outcome here for Sagittarius? And then we'll go to part 2. So if this is resonating, please join me there. The link will be below in the descriptions box, and that will be on my Vimeo channel. Well, it's looking good for you, Sagittarius. It seems like you are wanting to manifest happiness in your life, to be surrounded by those who you enjoy the company of. I feel like you've focused on manifesting positivity in your life. You're becoming clear in your mind here about how you want to live your life, and for you it has a lot to do with enjoying what you're doing when it comes to your career, and enjoying the company of the people around you. Now let's take a sneak peek at the outcome for the other person. Okay, let's take a look. They have the moon in reverse. What is the outcome here for this other person? The Emperor, and one more. The Two of Rods. Okay. So I feel that there is a realization here. A realization possibly around making a decision. I feel somebody needs to really get control of themselves. You know, I feel like this Knight of Rods energy of the past is just not going to cut it with you anymore, Sagittarius. You're looking for someone who acts maturely, responsibly, someone you can rely upon. So there is a coming right back down to earth energy around this person, and I do feel like there is some kind of realistic viewpoint when it comes to how they see the future. So we'll see where this goes in part 2. It's an interesting reading. I hope that you join me with part 2 if this is resonating. Again, the link will be below in the descriptions box, and that will be on my Vimeo channel. So I hope that you join me there. I do feel like there is a choice. You're taking a gamble that it will be the best choice for you. I do think that it has something to do with you being able to be your authentic self and not wrapped up in status, how you're perceived by others. It's being real. It's being real and true to yourself, I feel, is the key for you in making the decision that is right for you. I do feel that there is someone around you, perhaps even 2 people, because I do think that there may be some kind of, I don't know why I'm picking it up as a decision related to something from the past that needs to be, that is a challenge. There's somebody here that is looking to be someone who you view as mature, responsible, stable, after having not been that in the past. So I'm wondering what choice you're going to make. We'll see. I'll be pulling out a lot more cards and we'll see who you're going to choose here, Sagittarius. Again, the link is below in the descriptions box. So that will be the first link in the box, and that'll be the Vimeo channel. So I hope to see you there. If I don't though, Sagittarius, I wish you all the very best with this. It looks good. I'm excited for you. And I thank you very much for watching the video. Please like, share and subscribe. Comment below as well. And I will speak to you again very soon for the March He Said, She Said with Richard, and also the mid-March general readings as well. So if you would like a personal reading, you can also contact me, gypsyinsights@gmail.com. Wishing you the best, Sagittarius, and I will speak to you again very soon.